Hello, my name is Nancy Young, and welcome to another episode of Your Voice Matters with Nancy Young, a program highlighting the positive voices within our local communities and how they're impacting and uplifting our world, one person at a time. Now, before we get started, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. Today, we'll be highlighting your voice through that of fitness. My guest today is Mr. Christopher Hodges. He is a master trainer and the owner of FitLifeReady. Today, let's talk about fitness. Welcome. I'm glad that you're able to join us today. So you are with Fit, no, Fit Life Ready, Fit Life Ready, and so you're a
Yes,
master trainer.
I
Okay,
am.
so let's talk today about what that means about being a master trainer. So what is your whole focus in life? What is Fit Life Ready all about?
So Fit Life Ready is all about, and first is mental clarity and mental toughness. Um, we try to focus on things and pushing you past limits that you really didn't believe that you could do, because we believe that pushing past our limits trickle down into your everyday life and then just trauma and situations of stress in general. Because if you can handle stress that you put on your body, that you put on your mind, within your body, within just exercise and within limits and your walls that you have, that there's nothing out there that you can't do. There's nothing that you can't achieve for yourself, because I've already put myself through enough stress. The stress that you're trying to put onto me is compares to nothing what I put on myself, because I know that I can push past this limit. I know that I can do it. And so that is
Okay.
the whole goal for Fit Life Ready.
Okay. So today we're talking about fitness, and as I said, Chris today is he's also known as Mr. FLR, and it's all about fitness. So this is what the good news is, the good positive news that we're sharing today about being fit, because I think there's probably a lot of misconceptions out there, and people just shy away from even why should I even try? Why should I even get started? So for you, let's back up to how has this become part of your passion in life? Where did all this fitness and training begin for you?
So I'm prior service military, and I really started being like more fit when I got into the military. And I noticed about myself that a lot of things and a lot of ways that I thought about things and how I acted towards things changed a lot. Because, like I said, for me pushing past those limits and coming in just everyday life and stuff coming towards me, or situations coming to me, I was like, you know what? I can do this. I can do that. So I got out of the military and I started going to college. And while going to college, I was playing football. And people were like admiring my physique. They're like, "Well, do you train?" I was like, "Oh, no, not really." And so I took one person on, and then I really enjoyed it. But I didn't really know how much I enjoyed it until I started seeing how that person was responding to the results they were getting and how they're feeling within the confidence within themselves. And it kind of just kept going. And so my focus kind of like shifted in college, because I actually was wanted to be an anesthesiologist. To be honest, that was my goal. I was a molecular cellular biology major with a concentration in pre-medicine. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to be an anesthesiologist because this is what I want to do. This is what I thought I wanted to do. And then I started getting more and more clients while going to school, because when you're in college, you're broke. You just be honest, you're broke, and I need the extra money. You're broke. I was tired of eating noodles. Noodles are great, but it's not the best. And I just continued on. And at one moment in my life, I remember I was sitting down in the cafeteria, and I was like, "This is what I want to do. This is I I don't feel like every day I get up and I have long hours. I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I will go to sleep sometimes 1 o'clock in the morning. So my days are very long. So outside of training, I'm programming for my clients, because each one of my clients deserves a detailed programming specifically for them. Because I don't have a template program. I don't do that for my clients, because you come for me for a service, so you deserve the very best that you get. So, and I don't feel like I'm working. I wake up every day and I lack in my sleep, but I feel like I'm enjoying my life. I'm enjoying the people that are around me. I'm enjoying my clients, and it's just almost like a breath of fresh air. It's not daunting to me.
because you're walking in your purpose. And so when you're in your purpose, then it brings a satisfaction and
Right.
and a completeness. And so when you were talking about the noodles thing in college, I mean, I've been through the program. I know the roughness of it. And
What?
so the reality of it is, I was thinking about the Wheaties box. You know how they have all the athletes on the Wheaties box? I'm like, they
Right.
should have a noodle thing with just college students sitting there, with their book in their hand.
And
It's
the
like,
freshman
this is
15,
the life.
noodles and the freshman 15. You're just like, oh, right.
Yeah. So at least they have a variety. I had just cup of noodles when I was in college because I just had my thing that I plugged up with water that heats up. You could do tea or whatever, hot chocolate. So I had hot chocolate in my drawer and cup of noodles. So but yeah, just those days, things that help, times when we have to sit and reflect and figure out what we really want to do. So sitting there, deciding that this is what you wanted to do with your life. So because a lot of people get stuck into things that they thought they wanted to do, and because they're on that path, they just stay that path, and it may not be fulfilling. But you were able to shift and do something that's fulfilling for you. So now this is, I know we have, it was post-military, it was while you were in college that you decided to do this, but how long have you been doing this overall?
Overall, let's see, 2000, 2010. So this year coming up will be 11 years. I have
Okay.
been doing this for 7 years. It doesn't seem
So,
like
and you're
it.
still loving it. Okay. So it's
Yeah,
not like you just started last week or last year, but you've been doing this for over
no,
a decade now. And
correct,
so you're perfecting your
correct.
craft. And so when did you create Fit? Well, I'm sorry, I keep looking at the thing, Fit Life Ready. So when did you create this entity?
Uh, I created a Fit Life Ready um, about 4 years ago, actually. Fit Life Ready was always been a thing. It's always been a mindset, but in actuality, it started about 3 years ago because I want to get down and want to get to the legal side of everything to make sure that I dot my I's and cross my T's, making sure my clients had everything that's needed, but also you have to go in and do the right thing, business, EIN, just everything in general for your business. So about 3 years ago, I started Fit Life Ready because I noticed that my clientele was becoming so vast that I had to, step it up a notch. It's always progressive. But life is always progressive. So it's time to be progressive. It's time to go to the next level and just start.
Okay, so when you said your clientele became vast, so who does your clientele consist of? Are these athletes? Are they professional workers? Who actually come to you to want to be fit?
So for me, um, I don't deal with like professional athletes. And there's a reason why. Professional athletes and like bodybuilders, because in the terms of them, they have already achieved this physique and this stature within the physical sense. And the only thing I would be doing is critiquing. I don't feel like I'm giving enough impact to them as I would a regular business person or a regular person, just a regular 9 to 5 worker who doesn't know anything about exercise, who doesn't want to know and and needs to know and should know. And I feel like I make a lot bigger impact on them versus the higher echelon of athleticism.
Okay, do you find yourself breaking down myths of what exercise is and being fit is? So, in your opinion, what are some of the myths that people have of, you know, wanting to be fit?
Well, people tend to get the myth of being fit is a physique. It's a look. Being fit is a look, but being fit is not a look. Being fit is how you feel, how you acclimate your body into your everyday exercises, right? And your recovery period. So your recovery period is your fitness. So like when you are running or when you are playing activities with your family or your friends and you're out and about and you get tired, you're you're starting to kind of build up that carbon in your lungs and you're tired and you feel your myosin building up or your lactic acid building up. And it's the period where you stop, recover, and able to do it again. So that is your fitness level there. So and then how long it takes you to get to that point where you're tired, in the terms of tired. That is fitness, and how your body, how your flexibility, your nutrition. It's all these things that are in terms of things you cannot see. Your fitness is things you cannot see. The vanity aspect, as you progress and you start developing progressive overload on your body, right? There's always progressive overload, meaning you're constantly going one level up, one level up, one level up, always being progressive, right? Then your body will naturally change, right? But if you take your mind out the terms of looking a certain type of way and just concentrate on how you feel and the things that you do, and the longevity and the time length of things you can start to see change, then then you can start seeing that change within your body. But you have to concentrate on your mental aspect first, because it's all mental. Fitness is 100% mental. If you get past the mental aspect of the fitness, or the daunting of exercise or being active, then you can start seeing change.
Wow, that's kind of freeing, because I think for a lot of people, it's all about the bottom line of how I look, but not only that, I think one of the other things is like, oh my goodness, I have to diet. I have to change what I eat. So how true is that as far as your food?
So your food does play a factor in your overall transformation, right? Because you do have to take in the fact that there's trans fats and things that your body doesn't break down, and also there's also not a template for diet, because everybody's body is receptive to different things. Like, I'm receptive to animal protein, but somebody else's body is more receptive to plant protein. And this that journey and finding what's best for your lifestyle change, or how you start to change in your life, you find it. It's a trial and error. Fitness is a trial and error. It really is. It's like, okay, this isn't work. This is not working for me. Okay, fine. Let's try something else. And when you find that thing that works for you, you stick in it and you keep going with it. Like, find something about your fitness journey that you enjoy, that you can say, okay, I'm waking up every day. I'm waking up every day, and I'm going to go, and I'm going to continue to achieve that feeling that I got from doing this, and to continue to do that. And you find that, and you look up, you be like, tell your friend, like, girl, I done lost 25 pounds. Girl, I didn't even know what. Like, man, bro, I done lost 50 pounds, man. I'm just enjoying myself. It just makes sure that it's enjoyable. And that's what I try to teach all my clients. Like, we're going to make this enjoyable. Like some of my clients, they don't like burpees. A lot of people don't like burpees. They like burpees. I'm not going to do a burpee. I'm not going to do a push-up.
What's a burpee?
Okay? A burpee. So a burpee is so you do a push-up, you kick your legs out, you stand up, and you jump. Right? This is one rep set. Yeah, I know.
That's a lot.
I know. I know. And people are really straight away from burpees. When you say burpees, it's almost like you're cussing at them. Like, don't say that to me. Don't say burpee to me. Right? And if you don't like burpees, that's okay. We can find other alternatives to do instead of burpees, but also give you that same muscle constriction, or that same type of exercise, without having the mental aspect of it, where you're like, they're going to do the burpees, but they're not going to really give me the burpees like they would. So let's do something else.
Okay. So that's more scary than a plank, because when my son was trying to get me fit, he was actually just trying to get my body together. Whenever he was like, okay, we're going to plank, it's like, no, because that core part, I guess maybe once it got strong enough, then I wouldn't be, complaining so much.
It's like a plank times 10.
See, yeah, that's just like,
Yeah,
I'd have to definitely progressively graduate to that. But what I did find out even about eating is when I was going to the gym quite regularly, and can't really do that right now, especially with the whole COVID thing right now. But going to the gym regularly, it made me think about what I was eating. Because when I wanted to change things within myself, then I started, being more conscious of that. I see other people with fast food stuff, and I'm like, let me get my salad. I just need to do something that's going to contribute to what I'm trying to gain. And so when you say, just the everyday kind of person, the business person, whoever, is there like an age factor that you're looking at that people are really interested in getting fit? Are they waiting till they get older? Or are there preventative, or, as young people coming to get fit?
So I have a wide array of clients. There's a wide age group from different backgrounds, but I notice is that older, more middle age and up tend to come and want to get fit, and the younger people don't. But I think they're more concentrated on the whole look, right? And especially guys. I know those guys. They tend to have this thing where they don't want to ask for help, right? And I tell them, man, it's okay. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to get help. Nobody's going to make you. You can feel a certain type of way about getting help, right, or coming getting a trainer, right? But if you get results from having a trainer, and you start learning, and you're willing to absorb the information, because my overall goal as a master trainer is to teach you so you do not need me anymore. This is my goal, to teach you so you do not need me anymore. So I try to implement lessons when we train together in your diet and just your active recovery, meaning things that you do when you're not with me. So you're like, hey, you can continue this. You can continue this. You don't, at this point now, you got it. You have it. You know what to eat. You know what your body's receptive to, what plants and what fibers and what foods your body can and cannot absorb, and you know how much you should be eating when you're doing certain exercises and how much you should be eating, and and that's my job, to teach and to let go. And then come more. The new person comes in, teach them, let them go. You know. So
That's kind of in life, too, with our children. It's to teach them and to help prepare them for the future, and others that we mentor too, not for them to be solely dependent on us, but to be able to, we can impart and then help them to move on. So what is the average time frame that people train with you?
so the average time frame for me and my clients is about, like, I have clients that are still with me, right? And they're
They
still
need
with
that
me,
motivation.
and yeah, right. They need, because we all do. That we sometimes we do lack and motivation sometimes, and sometimes you need that guy to be like, hey, wake up. What are you doing? Because if you're with me, I'm gonna hold you accountable. Oh, you don't even know. I'm just like, hey, FaceTime me. FaceTime me. What are you eating? No, no, no. What are you eating? What's that? No, you know better. You know better. Put it up. Put it up. So, but sometimes we do need accountability, even for myself. I need that accountability to, hey, um, and it's funny because it's like my daughter is the one that does that. So like I'll be cooking my meal preps because I prep 3 days out, and my daughter will see, like maybe I'll have like a piece of cake, but it's usually for her, right? She's like, oh, so what are we doing, Daddy? I'm like, baby, so what you think it's for you? She's like, mm-hmm. And so I have my own, and lack of better words, an officer of authority over my diet. So it's like, but but yeah. So
But
I
we
do,
all
my
need that
average time for my
accountability.
clients is about, right, about 6 months though. So 6 months is about average when my clients train with me, and I get them to the point where they don't need me anymore. I mean, they come in periodically and they do boot camps and stuff like that, but when they want to, like, a push, 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 they come and we do a boot camp, and we'll get that sweat going and get you right. But at that about that 6 month point, they can go out and they can do it for themselves.
So that's great to know, because I think probably to have an end in mind, a goal in mind like that can kind of help get people on track and not think like, oh my God, this is going to be like forever. This is because
Right.
while it becomes a lifetime commitment, it's still just to get on track. And so I don't think a lot of people probably realize that once you get on that track and then you're excited yourself about the results. Like you said, people be like, oh, girl, looking good. And be like, thank you.
Right.
You want to just, keep doing things to still look good. And it's funny because, like, for
Right.
me, I'll be like all excited. I lost 20 pounds. Yes. Calling my sister, call my mama, call everybody. I'm excited about that. And then my son, who's 28, he'd be like, no, I don't need, I'm trying to gain 20 pounds because he wants that to go into
Right.
muscle, to look fit, he's still at that point of exactly how he look. I just want my stuff to fit decent. I buy the stuff that's going to fit me so I can still look cute in it. I'm not going to be stressed, about trying to be a certain weight anymore. I'm way past that now. So the one thing that you said earlier that caught my attention was the trial and error as far as figuring out, the diet and things like that. Because I think that people look for things to be so exact and don't realize that even in medicine, it's a practice. And so, they're figuring out what works for you. And so some medications that have been tried and true for some may not work for you. And it's the same thing with eating. And it's the same thing with other exercises. It seems like people can go and some guys, it seems like they can go to the gym. And I want to know, do you find that guys get more fit faster than women? It just seems like guys can take one thing off their plate. They lose all this weight, look fabulous. And women, we're struggling, struggling. You don't want me to give up everything.
Right. So, and the reason why that is just men have testosterone, right? They have more HGH, which is human growth hormone, in their body, right? So, if they start exercising a little bit, and then start, and you say you and your spouse go to the gym, right? You're like, okay, we need to lose weight. You guys work out for a month. He's down 20 pounds. You're down 6 pounds, and now you're like, wait, well, what happened? Why? It's because they just have more testosterone. And as your muscle mass increases as a male with testosterone, your metabolism increases, right? So as your muscle mass, your metabolism increases, your body fat just naturally drops off. And that's just a resting. You can drop calories and you're just resting, right? And for women, it doesn't happen that way because you have more estrogen than you have testosterone, right? And it sucks. I know it sucks. Right? But I tell all my clients, you got to understand, right? Goals, right? Goals can be achieved, right? But also you understand fitness in this fitness lifestyle and this fitness journey is a marathon. It is not a sprint. You can't fab diet your way to it. You can't military diet, liquid diet, keto diet, right? Because actually keto is good. Keto is good for dropping fat really quickly and fab diets so you can drop weight really quickly. But the problem with that is that your body is not acclimated to maintain that. And so once you stop, I know a lot of people out there, once you stop, boom, the weight comes right back. You're like, what happened? The weight comes immediately back. Because why? You have not developed that muscle mass, right? And in terms of muscle mass, and I tell people you got to develop your muscle, you got to build muscle. And I don't mean in the sense of like looking like me, because I'm a very muscular man, right? But I'm talking about the firmness of your muscles, right? The firmness, the tighter your muscles feel, the more shapely your body starts to look, right? As that is when you start building that muscle mass. And so when you do have that slip, when you do have that moment of weakness, because we all do it. Sometimes I like cheesecake. I like cookies. Sometimes I eat cheesecake and cookies. Yes, but we put ourselves in a situation or in a program where it's not detrimental to us, where we're not doing a drop. We kind of plateau out, right? Get back on the horse. We acknowledge it. We acknowledge that we messed up. We get back on the horse and we get back to this regression thing we're trying to achieve.
Okay, so there is hope. There's hope today. So because the concern is, that people feel like they become in a prison, well, especially with, like, for instance, keto diet. Because I was talking to someone recently about they lost a lot of weight and they look really great. But it's kind of getting more stressful now. It was one thing to start it, but how do you maintain, but without have the fear that, oh my God, if I stop, then it's going to all come back. So the hope that you bring today is a way to maintain where you can continue to it, but not stressful, because it has to be something that you enjoy. And so that's why I actually have my cheat days. I have my set aside for the weekend. I can do some other stuff just because I need that freedom in life to know that, when the weekend get here, I'm probably going to have me some chocolate chip cookies. I'm going to have that biscuit for breakfast instead of a smoothie. And so I need that for my mental sanity. And so for you, what is the range of area that so I'm sure you're limited to what you can do as far as, Yugoslavia, you're not training anybody there unless you do it by Zoom. I don't know. So what is your range?
So for everything that I do now is online. Every meal plan, personal training session, everything is online. So you would come to me and we would have a scheduled time frame. You would come in there and I would tell you what you need for the day. We work out, and it's not like a video. You're actually talking to me. I'm actually pushing you. We're actually going through the exercises. I'm going through it with you. We're sweating together. We're moving together. So I have no limitations to who or where I train or where you are for training, because it's all online. It's all online. The sky's the limit.
Wow. So what the thing is about we have to look at the things that are positive, even that's come out of this whole COVID season. And so I think the communication, the far reach has expanded and has given people opportunity and as well as openness to be able to do things in a different way, not tangible in person, but to still have that connectivity. Because, you know, if somebody's not looking at me, I might sneak that piece of candy unless you have that already resolved that I'm not going to do it. You know, then you don't need anybody there. It's just, you know, you just already have it in your head. This is not going to be good for me. So it's great that you can stretch across. So tell me the best way for anyone who wants to have hope for their future and begin to get on a fit journey for their life, knowing that it's not just a end result of being buff or muscular, or maybe I could tone up my arms some, but yeah, a way to be able to just move forward in life as a part of life and just enjoy it as they go. So what's the best way to get in touch with you?
You can either contact me. I have an email at FitLifeReady.com. That's FitLifeReady@gmail.com, or you contact me on Instagram at MR period, the actual period, the dot, FL.
Okay, MR period F what?
MR period FLR.
Okay, so that's your Instagram handle. Okay, so I will put that up on the screen at the end so people can get in touch with you. It's been great talking to you today. It's been actually hope for me thinking about it, because so many times, you know, I just think about being in shape. I mean, I've done some other things, some cleanses that's helped get to a place where I'm more comfortable. And so, but as far as, you know, maintaining and to know that it's really about how you feel and getting that balance overall. So I'm gonna have to hit you up later so that I can get myself together. My son, his thing about fit is having me do planks and just have, I don't know about these burpee things though. But anyways, it's been great talking to you. Is there anything else that you would like to share with our audience?
Yeah. You can do it. I guarantee you can do it. Just like you said, if you go and you start, the hardest part is taking that first step. Once you take that step and once you get into the groove, right, build a community, build the people around you, and that helps you as well. You can do it, but just got to take that step.
Right. And as you said, build community. I thought about that accountability partner, that even your daughter there on you about that. Yeah, right, daddy. So we need to have that accountability to help push us to make us better. And so I appreciate so much you taking the time to talk to me, Chris. And I know you have appointments to go get people fit out there. So I'll let you go, but thanks again. Bye. Thank you again to my guest, Mr. Christopher Hodges, also known as Mr. FLR for Fit Life Ready. Thank you for sharing how important it is for us to be fit and how it could be fun as a part of our lives. Now, if you've enjoyed the programming today, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. If you'd like more information of how to get in touch with Chris and how to find out to be fit for yourself, go ahead and see the information on the screen below. Thank you again for joining us for another episode of Your Voice Matters with Nancy Young. And until next time, remember, your voice matters. If you have something positive to share and you would like your voice to be highlighted on Your Voice Matters with Nancy Young, please contact me at YVMwithNancy@gmail.com. And if you've enjoyed this programming, please hit the subscribe button right now. Thank you.